Hi everyone, this is Outlander Season 1, Episode 6. I'm ready to jump straight in. Thank you for your support, for following me on this reaction journey for Outlander. It's been such a joy. It's been such a joy so far. So far. I actually was talking to my best friend yesterday about Outlander, and she was like, oh my God, I love that show. And she knows that my struggles right now with like my sensitivities and having to kind of stop certain shows for a bit until I kind of get a little bit more stable in my life. But she was like, it does get a little bit traumatic. And so I was like, oh man. I just expected this show to be this dream world like place, but it makes sense. They're in a specific time. So she was just like, it can be traumatic, but you'll get through it. So we'll see. It's been pretty good so far. No one's been really, really hurt, and it's been pretty happy. But I think we're going to start shifting into some real deal stuff. This is episode 6, so we're kind of, I think, sort of on the halfway mark too. So I'm prepared, but I'm still in love with the show. I'm very happy because I know for years that since I've been doing these reactions, I remember comments to watch Outlander, and I was just like, I don't know. I never even looked it up. So I'm just, again, things happen for a reason. Timing is everything. And I know that right now is like the perfect time for me to be watching this series. Okay, I am going to jump in. I'm going to count down for the full-timer reactions, which you can find on my Patreon, as well as just having early access for a perk. But you can also join Discord. There's links in the description box, but also on Patreon. So if you'd like to support me there, thank you guys. But let's do it. Let's jump in. Oh God, I want to sing this song, but I don't want to sing it in front of you guys. I'll practice it. I love this song so much. It just makes me want to, like, I want to be spinning around in a flowy dress.
I'm certain my commander will wish to speak with you. He's presently in residence at the inn at Brockton. Will you accompany me?
If the lady goes, I'll go.
Okay. Oh, I'm worried about Dougal. No, I don't want Dougal to die. Oh God, I've had this like weird, complicated relationship with Dougal in my head. I like him a lot.
And for the first time since I passed through the standing stones at Craignadoon, I found myself surrounded by my own people. But they were still the British Army I'd been a part of for 6 long years. And
I guess so, yeah.
It felt liberating to be looked upon with sympathy and respect, instead of hostility and suspicion.
That's what she's been dealing with for a while now. But she's becoming family with them, with the Mackenzies.
A Scottish village it may be.
Yeah.
And on Mackenzie land at that. But for Dougal, it was now enemy territory.
Yeah.
And he was the Outlander.
Well, it's interesting. Well, maybe he'll kind of feel how she feels too now that he's going to experience the other side of the coin now. Experience is what gives us someone else's perspective. We've got to go through their experience to truly understand. They never even got to tell their, like the other Mackenzie clan, like, we're leaving, we're going here, we'll be back. Nobody knows where they are. Oh, horrible place to be. No offense. But I just don't know if I'd like to be in this place.
A most enjoyable surprise. It has been far too long since I last gazed upon a lovely English rose.
Okie dokie. Here we are.
You must be absolutely famished.
And he like completely ignored Dougal.
Best quality, I assure.
Or if we're being formal, you can call me Chief Mackenzie. Which in meters of war and bicker leaves us hour for each other as equals, dinna you ken?
I don't know about the rest of you, but I fail to understand a single word the creature said.
The creature.
Eesh. Someone really ought to teach these people the King's English.
Okay, so I didn't realize that this was how it used to be between the Scots and the British people. Wow, it's horrible.
The world would make a lot more sense if everybody spoke like Londoners.
If you wish to hear Londoners speak, perhaps you should have stayed in London.
Ooh. It's interesting.
I must say, though, I quite enjoy being a man in the field.
It's like racism,
Only my
but
servants
they're all
who
the
suspect
same
it is my
color.
servants.
Do you know to whom you speak? Watch your words, sir, or I'll have you.
Well, you pull that needle and we'll see who fixes it.
Dougal,
The needle.
enough. You're both behaving like children.
Yeah, come on.
Yes, quite right, quite right. The lady's sense of propriety puts us all to shame. Kilt,
God, this is so. Oh gosh.
madam. If I were brave enough, I would commission you a colonel in one of my regiments. You do know how to order men about.
God, this guy. She does that.
I would ask you to join us, but as you can see, no room.
Horrible.
Beastly sorry.
Man, they do act like children.
Still serving.
Overgrown children. That's what most adults are. Really, truly, all of us.
How are we ever going to make peace with such an ill-mannered people?
I mean, look at yourself in the mirror. That's projection. Goodness, I would not even have an appetite. Claire is so powerful, though. Good for her. Keep the peace.
Inverness. And from there, only a brief journey would take me to the stones.
You
at
can't
Craig
just
Nazoon,
trust. You don't know
and
these
a chance
people.
to return to my own time.
You know Dougal and them. You've been with them for 2 hours.
Uneventful.
My lord, are you aware that at this very
Are we
moment...
under attack, sir?
Oh God, he's
We are not.
here. Oh no.
Am I mistaken, or do you two know each other?
Well, for a moment there, the lady did look familiar.
I had the same exact experience.
God, this guy is just horrible.
Captain
Charmed.
Didn't he try to like assault her? Ugh, he's taking the dirt off. Beast. Gross. I mean, come
I
on.
trust I'm sufficiently presentable.
He's such a great actor, though. This guy could do a lot, because I hate him here, but I like him as, I forgot his name
It's very interesting.
in the future.
What if Captain Randall accompanies you to Inverness? That way you may regale him with tales of your adventure, sure to make the time fly by.
Mrs. Beecham amongst the savages.
The English, God. Everyone was savages, huh? To you guys back in the day. I don't know.
I wasn't aware. 2 weeks ago, Private McGreevy made the mistake of wandering away from patrol. He was cradling his severed head, madam.
On the road here yesterday, we came across 2 Highlanders, hanging from crosses on a rough.
Wow,
dusty
interesting.
scene.
Why can't they
But I doubt they were
see?
given a trial to prove it.
Well, you can be sure that
It's the
Private
same
McGreevy
thing on
sentence
either
was administered
side.
without benefit of trial.
Yeah, so
both
both of
sides
you are
committed
wrong.
Depredation
Yeah.
they should both be ashamed of.
Yeah.
Me. That's a woman's view for you, if ever I heard one.
Oh my
That is why
God.
I make it a point never to discuss politics.
Oh, that makes sense why we're not involved in politics, because there'd be more peace. Because what the
Of
heck?
course, the question Dougal Mackenzie has shared more than just bread and shelter with the lady.
Oh.
Perhaps he has also shared his bed. What other reason would the lady have to choose these barbarians over her own people, these aggressors?
See, this is how people's minds are.
The Scots just want the same freedoms we enjoy. They are not the aggressors, Captain, we are. It is their land and we are occupying it.
Oh no, they're not going to get that. They're not that progressive.
I believe it's the King's land.
Oh no.
One of the men said he's in a bad way. He's downstairs. We've sent for the surgeon, but no one is sure of his whereabouts.
I'll go. I've told you, I've medical experience.
God, it's so. You gotta learn something, right? Like maybe learning how to be a medic is a really important thing because helping people builds bridges.
My men would never undertake such an action without my consent. It's Randall you need to worry about.
The army will be looking for someone to blame. Grab his knees. You, take this shoulder.
Opium down his throat if you can.
Oh, they've got the opium. Damn.
Bite, Private.
Oh.
Bite until your teeth crack.
Ah. Oh. God, and people still want to fight each other. No one just wants to come to peace, man. This is the casualties of hate.
I haven't been pampered like this since I was called up.
I should hope not. I'm the only one allowed to pamper you. You forget it.
Yeah, I bet it's hard for her not to like embrace him. You know, it's kind of weird.
Wait.
Oof.
I'm sorry.
Well, guy just got his arm chopped off.
My
I
life,
mean,
it was an accident.
of course it was.
Your life.
Oh God, this is who he is here.
I wish to see Lieutenant Foster.
Ren Foster has gone with Lord Thomas and the others.
Lord Thomas said I would be leaving today.
I'm gonna pause this. I do want to just say, because when the whole talk about the politics and this is why we don't want women involved, and I was like, this is why there's no peace because women aren't involved. I'm just gonna say, not because we are women, and if you're a woman, that means you're more peaceful. It's not true. Obviously, there's lots of women in politics today who have the same hatred and love of power, love of money, and of themselves. It's not a man or a woman thing. However, I guess there is a little bit more peace when it comes to women in some aspects. I think we can all logically see that. Like, you know, obviously men go to war and women don't, but nowadays, of course, there's more women soldiers and stuff like that. But I just want to clarify, it just depends. Like, Claire is just a progressive thinker. She's been on all sides. She's seen all these perspectives. So she's able to be more, she's just a much more progressive thinker and an open-minded person. So it doesn't mean, oh, if we had only women in charge, that wouldn't help either. It's like, who are you in your heart? What's your character? And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You can have a very bad character, a bad soul. So I just want to clarify that. And I'm back to it.
I wish to apologize. That awful day in the woods.
Okay, so he does remember.
Who are you?
Wow.
And I can only hope that honesty will be met with honesty.
My honesty will match yours, Captain.
Man, well, he has got a great memory.
There are no Beechams in Oxfordshire that I know of.
I would hardly consider you an expert. Your family hailing from Sussex.
May I ask just how you know that?
Damn it.
Your accent.
Parlez-vous français?
Oh.
Et quelle différence cela fait-il?
Il n'y a pas assez de la prostituée en vous.
What did he say? What did he say? What did he call her?
I am struck down and rendered unconscious by a villain I later discover is a member of a band of Scottish rebels. A band led by your companion.
Oh, he knows all of this.
Dougal, these facts paint you either as an empty-headed trollop or as an agent in league with the king's enemies.
Damn
Are
it.
those my only two choices?
I'm a time traveler. I come from a different time.
Captain, force me to reveal things that no woman should say out loud. He swore to me that I held his affections like no other.
She's trying to think of what to say next.
When I refused him, he attacked me.
No, she's telling him the
I dressed
story.
only in my shift.
The same story that what he did to her. And it is heartbreaking. Oh. Wow. I was not expecting that. He's a
Captured
great,
my likeness.
great artist.
I shall call it Beautiful Lies.
Wow.
I know that Dougal Mackenzie is raising funds for the Jacobite cause.
Oh.
You will not leave this room until I am satisfied that you are as innocent as you claim to be. Or I shall be forced to use methods less pleasant than talk.
Wow.
I've heard. Yes, I'm told that you once administered 100 lashes upon 100 lashes to a poor Highlander boy.
I don't know if she's supposed to say that. Like, isn't he in hiding?
No, he took his punishment without making a single sound. So yes, I decided the further 100 lashes were in order.
Another 100?
Have you ever seen a man scourged, madam?
I have not in real life, and I do not want to.
And the thought of the whip coming down across that pitiful raw flesh made my stomach flutter and my legs shake.
Did it? I mean, did it really affect you, or did you like it? I don't know if I want to watch him get whipped. I mean, I guess I'll be listening to it, but I don't know if I want to watch it.
The boy would not beg.
Wow. I mean, everyone has to feel a certain type of way about this. Oh, and he's got blood all over him. At some point, you know, even your own people have to be like, can we stop? Stop. Well, that makes sense why Dougal does show his back. Because I'm sure this was traumatic for Dougal to see, too. Like, he is like, look at what they did to him. Look at what they did to him. And he was slipping in his own... my nephew's blood.
You had to look away. You're horrified. Blind fools.
You're the blind fool.
I think all they could see was the horror.
Dude, you're sick, man. Like, this guy is sick. Yeah, this guy needs to be... I don't like to say this, but he needs to probably be put down. This seems psychotic. He's in a dark place. Oh, yeah, we gotta get... This guy needs to be accidentally, like, pushed out the window or something.
The fact that you care what I think gives me some hope yet for your soul.
That's true. That's a good point.
The darkness has grown within me. Hatred.
At least he sees it. Like,
Very well
that's a good...
himself.
That is good.
You say that buried within is a decent man. I believe that part of you lives still.
An odd sensation. A beginning, perhaps.
I really hope he's being honest. It's so interesting. This whole
Corporal Hawkins.
sequence has been so interesting.
Captain Randall, you have my deepest gratitude.
Oh my god. Oh.
I dwell in darkness, madam. Darkness.
Whoa.
I need no sympathy from you, and you'll get none from me.
Wow.
Have you ever kicked a woman?
Okay, so this is where my friend was talking about how it gets traumatic. Okay.
It's very freeing.
Oh Lord, I was very hopeful.
I said kick her, milksop.
Oh my god. Look at him.
I don't recall.
Dougal, please. To pick up.
You tell your wee laddie's here to step aside. Before I lose my temper. I was brought here for fear she was being held prisoner by my brother. Now, she will have assured you that that is not the case. Well, you won't be asking him on Mackenzie land. Not unless you want to start a war. Here. On this day.
God, my goodness.
You'll be accused of harboring a fugitive from English law, and you'll be hunted down and punished, even unto death. War chief or not.
God, this is making me feel like so many emotions.
I look forward to our next meeting, Mrs. Beecham.
Oh, Claire. I literally like want to cry. I'm feeling it. That was horrific. Like, I truly believe that there are people like him. I know that there are. And it's just like terrifying. He wants to be in his darkness. Oh God. It's beautiful there. I'm just so I'm thankful that Dougal saved her.
Are you a spy for the English or the French?
Oh Lord.
How many times must I answer that same question?
I promise this is the last time I'll ever ask it of you. Aye. Done it is.
Damn, he had the dagger out like it was...
Plan on using that on me?
Oh, I wouldn't have liked it. You're a handsome woman. If you proved false, I would have had no choice.
I am done.
Some folk call it the liar's spring.
Oh.
Smells like the fumes of hell itself. If you drink from that and you prove untrue, it'll burn your gizzard out.
So people's superstitions still, win.
An English officer cannot compel a Scottish person unless there is proof a crime has been committed.
Okay.
I can only legally refuse to hand you back to Randall if I change you from an English woman to a Scot.
How can you do that?
And the only way I can do that is for you to marry one.
Oh.
No, absolutely not. I cannot do that.
Would you rather go to an English prison?
Oh my god.
So I'm to marry you.
I mean, I would marry
The idea
him.
of grinding your corn does it's not myself I'd be nominating for the position.
Jamie.
Benedict.
Oh. Oh. It's so weird. They're like, their souls are
Hugo wants us to be married.
connected.
No, you've mended my wounds more than once. I owe you something for all that.
Marriage.
What a friend would I be if I left you to that mad bastard Randall?
Oh, that's right. You gotta marry your best friend.
I mean, I've nothing more than a soldier's pay to live on. And there's the minor difficulty of the price on my head. My father once...
Well, doesn't it bother you that I'm not a virgin?
No. So long as it doesn't bother you that I am.
Oh, wow.
I reckon one of us should ken what they're doing.
That's true. This episode. This episode has been a lot. Dougal. God. Wow. Man. This episode was just... wow. I have like a lot of emotions and I want to try to express it in the best way. And the reason I'm so emotional is just... I mean, there's so many reasons. It's sad. I feel sad for the fact that this type of hatred still is alive and well, and it will always be. It doesn't matter. There will never be like this utopia. I'm sure there have been civilizations throughout history that have had more of a utopian like timeline, but it's always overtaken. Like maybe it's happy for years, for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, but then someone's going to come over and take over, and it's going to be some horrible king, and it's just going to be everyone's going to be, there's no equality anymore. It's going to be, there's slavery, there's just horrific things. That's just how it is. Because we're all of our egos are alive and well, and we can either choose the darkness or choose to go towards the light and towards hope. And so many of us are taught, like Mr. Randall, that, well, you know, if you're in the darkness, you can't come out. And honestly, it sort of feels good to be in there too. And yeah, it just was very emotional because I guess since the last episode, I've been feeling this sadness that Claire, her distrust over the Scotsman caused this. Because if she hadn't caused a fuss in that camp, that one redcoat wouldn't have seen her and asked, is everything okay? And in that time, I was just kind of like, I was also on Claire's side. I was frustrated with Dougal, and then was even like, yeah. But then that created this ripple effect that now we're in this place where there's all these changes that are being made. I'm thankful that she can become a Scot and get married, and that's that. But like, it just, Dougal has put himself in the line of fire for Claire, and it's because he's just a good man. Like, and there's no like good, like when I say good man or good person, it's not like they're pure. That's not what good is. And I think that we're all lost on that. I was lost on it for a long time, and I'm growing up. Good doesn't mean you're always good. You're not going to yell. You're not going to do some stupid things. You're human. And we have these things that we've built up, like good habits, bad habits. And clearly he's a reasonable, honorable man, but he's not perfect, and no one is. And a lot of us are looking for perfection in people, and it's just an impossibility. You will never find that. And if you do, you're not with someone who's perfect. They're hiding something. There's just no one is. You just haven't met them yet, their real self yet. But it's just like getting to be around people. Like, she learned just later, like, that they were her family. Like, they literally fought that group of redcoats or whoever, or the Scottish, no, they were Scottish guys at the bar, and they beat them up for her. Like, they love her. They cared for her. They became a family, even though they kind of treated her like, a little bit of bullying and stuff like that. But it's just like, that's family. And it's, but they got they got your back. That's what it is. That's how a family is. And it's not perfection. It's just like, so I've been like kind of sad because I was like, in life, that's what happens. Our distrust, our impulsive behaviors, our whatever. Even if you had the right, you weren't going into it in a negative way, you could still change the course of things in a negative way, even if your perspective was for good. And that's just how life is. It's not good or bad. It just happens. And so this is just showing that in such a really beautiful way, of this domino effect of either going in a good direction or a bad direction. And she's got a family now in this crazy world she's in, and they've got her back. And then we meet someone so dark, so evil. And even for me, I'm like Claire, I'm like, there's still hope in Randall, because he can see his darkness. He feels bad about it. There's some part of him that feels bad, but it's like Star Wars. It's like you are, Palpatine says, like, to feel the darkness, like, let it engulf you, get like rage, feel all of that, and it'll fuel you towards the darkness. And it is addicting. It's definitely an addiction. And also going the other way is hard, especially when you're that far gone. I truly believe anybody can come out, but the journey out is what probably prevents people from wanting to do it, because it's so hard. And you're going to be met with loss. You're going to be met with people who just don't want to be around you. It's just what it is. People will judge you, but that's how life is. But it's just, and then the other perspective of Claire, just having love for this man who she knows, like, the man she loved or still loves, her husband, and he's such a beautiful soul. And like, to see this beautiful soul go into this darkness, like, that creates such an pain for her, I'm sure. But just the fact that he punched her, all of that, and like had that guy kicking her, it's gonna be a long ride for sure for this series. But I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm so worried. I love Dougal. I have so much love for like all of the Mackenzies, and yeah, this was a gorgeously done episode, very scary, very intense. And that actor, I don't know the actor who plays Randall, I don't know his real name, but wow, great actor, because he could transition from such a complete beep, 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 and to a really beautiful gentleman. So bravo. And I just want to say Jamie and Claire are just meant to be. Like, their souls are intertwined. And it's going to make me cry again, but it just is. They're both very similar. And like, her getting beat in this instance and still having hope. And Jamie being beaten and lashed in front of people and still having any type of hope and positivity. It's just so interesting. It's interesting what we choose for ourselves and our lives and our journey and our mind, how we want to navigate this world, even though we are met with suffering, loss, pain. And you either go to the dark or you go to the light. I say go to the light. There's peace there. But that's it. I cannot wait for the next episode. I absolutely just adore this series. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.